Hi, Stacy in Japan. If you are friends with me on Facebook, you will also know me as Semantic de Moi. And so I have a blog by that name, De Moi Journeys. So you can always check out that blog. I will put a link below. And so my journeys here are from a Jamaican perspective. Of course, it will be not just a Jamaican perspective, but a Stacy's Jamaican perspective, since I can't speak for all of Jamaica. But I did promise one of my bloggers, well, I did promise about one of my blogs that I would make it into a video. So here goes. It's entitled Things in Japan Jamaicans Wouldn't Like. And this is from my perspective, in my opinion. Okay, so breaking down the back of the shoes. Right now, I've observed in the schools where I teach, you know, the kids, because they have to change from inside shoes to outdoor shoes and outdoor shoes to inside shoes, they tend to be doing it quickly. Not just the kids, but adults, everybody. And so them kind of broke down the back of the shoes, you know, where we normally get beaten for. And I know a lot of parents would not be too happy about seeing the new school shoes with the back broke down. Right. Now, because they have to change from inside to outdoor shoes and vice versa, they tend to have shoes bigger than their feet. Mostly the adults, I have observed, but also some kids, of course. Shoes bigger than them foot, and it just don't look good. And guess what? Because of that, them drag them foot, and it's like an acceptable thing. There's no way you could do that in Jamaica. Walk on a dry your foot. No, sir. Your head back would have lick off long time, right? And this is a common thing in Japan, especially in the offices when they have actually changed from one set of shoes to the other. Right. Now, I see some ladies walking in some high heel shoes. You know, in Jamaica, we like to put on our very, very high stilettos and them kind of things. You know, but we know it's really a modeling thing. So you pose, you take pictures, yeah, you sit. In Japan, a lot of the ladies, and because of the mode of the transportation here being mainly by train, them have on them 4, 5, 6 inch heels. I walk in a, and you can see so them can't manage, and them poor foot hurt them, and the tip gone off of the shoes and all of them something there. No Jamaican woman is gonna do that to herself. Alright, now one of the things I've also observed with Japanese style of eating, especially since they always seem to be rushing, is that they are just gobbling down the food, really stuffing them face, you know, hurrying. I mean, balls to their mouth and them, you know, the chopstick and all of them things there. Listen, we have to take time and eat our food, but we don't have that luxury really, especially during lunch at schools, where it is perfectly acceptable for kids to stuff their mouths without being told to stop, and then just hurry up to eat. Because guess what, if you don't hurry up and eat, you can't get to finish clean, and then you can't get to go play and all of them things there. So that's something that, you know, even if our kids do it, we usually correct them, but not so in Japan, right? Now, you have to take only what you can eat. That is the practice in Japan. If you put it in your plate, you better make sure you can yam it off. Otherwise, it's going to be considered rude if you do not finish all of what you put on your plate. Alright. Now, smoking. Smoking is everywhere. People smoke all the time. People smoke all the time. But Lord, the smoking in Japan kind of up away, you know. In the restaurants, a lot of them, especially cafes, they have smoking and non-smoking sections. And the sad thing though is that in some areas or some cases, the smoking section is affecting the non-smoking section. So like, hello, what's the point of that? You know, big thing in Japan, socks and slippers. Yes, I know sometimes we have that kind of fad or trend in in Jamaica, but I mean like big thing for Japans to wear socks and slippers with open toe shoes, you know, with like nice dress slippers. You see them around some socks business, whether it be the meshy kind or the cotton wool type. Yeah, socks and slippers are the lick in a Japan, whether it's hot or it's cold. Socks and slippers. I'm sure there's a purpose for the socks, so I'm sure of it. Right. Recycling. Everything in Japan recycled. Everything. So you better know. You better know where what's supposed to go where and when and what time, between what time in your community, because each community is different, and which color bag it must go in and which one it mustn't go in, which one must burn, which one must reuse, which one must go out on this day, on that day. Mad thing. Yes. So I already spoke about the indoor shoes, outdoor shoes, you know. And this is not just when you go to any public place. We're talking about even in your own home. The practice is you have indoor shoes separate from outdoor shoes. And if you're going to come to the people in country, please try and, you know, respect that. They also have indoor hats and outdoor hats. Well, that's in the schools, not really at your yard, you know. Alright. Now, there's a practice of having the meal separate, in separate containers. So like your rice in one container, your meat with the gravy in one container, your vegetables in another container, right? And I learned a lot about this being in the school system, and they really don't practice to mix them together. You know, we like mix up the gravy with the rice. They don't practice that really, unless it's a popular dish like curry and rice, which they actually do combine together. But generally, the rice with the chopsticks are had by themselves, the meats by themselves, the noodles by themselves, the veggies by themselves. There are occasions, of course, where they are combined, but when you realize it, if you've had to do it, eating the rice by itself with the chopstick actually easier, because when you put the gravy on it, the chopstick thing now will work, and then as a result they have to take the bowl and put it to their mouth so they can, you know, finish the meal. That's just how it is. Now, fruits and vegetables in Japan are very, very, very expensive. If you're coming from Jamaica, it's going to be like, ah! It's going to shock you, like no joke. Not to mention the variety of fruits that we have in Jamaica are not in Japan. You know, because they have the different seasons and so on. They do import some apples, what we call foreign apples, even though some of that is grown in some parts of Japan. They import mangoes, but don't taste the same. And these imported fruits are even more expensive than the already expensive Japanese fruits. So, please prepare yourself for that. There are no green bananas, no green plantain or yellow plantain. Ripe plantain here. They have ripe bananas though, but they are imported. Yes, they are imported. There's no breadfruit, no ackee, no yellow yam. You know, all those nice things that we are used to in Jamaica, our grown provision. We don't have a lot of that. There's Irish and sweet potato, but you know, the kind of variety that we're used to when we go to our markets, our Bendong market, yeah, they don't have that. And I have not found a Bendong market here, so everything always packaged in some kind of plastic or something in this country. Alright, pedestrian crossings are very important. Very, very important and respected in Japan. So, when you get to a pedestrian crossing, if you observe that the walk sign is red, even if the way is clear, you should stay put and wait until it is green. Tell that to a Jamaican, right? Yes, because once the road clear, we want to cross. But that's not how it goes in Japan. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know. Comment, you know, like it if you like it. And check me out for more videos like this coming up. Bye. This is Stacy in Japan. otherwise known as Demois. You can follow my blog, demoisjourneys.wordpress.com. Bye!